Hi, party people. Thank you for tuning into my channel. Thanks everyone who's been supporting me. Thank you for subscribing to my page. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so. This is a continuation, part 2 or 3, part 2 of my general reading series using regular playing cards. Why do I use regular playing cards? Well, because they're more friendly for a lot of people who aren't used to getting psychic readings. They're much more friendlier to people who aren't used to seeing the tarot, because it can kind of freak people out if you don't know about it. And I want everybody to be very comfortable in doing the readings and to understand, that it's a gift from God. It really is. And that for me, they come out more accurate for me personally. That's just my personal thing. Now, if you like to know how I do readings with the regular playing cards, I will explain more to you if you want me to make a video on it. Another one, because I believe I made one and I think it got lost on YouTube some way. But if you like for me to explain it more, I will, no problem. And with that being said, this is going to be a reading for Taurus, the bull, the rock, the earth sign, Taurus, for the month of 2019. First and foremost, I want to thank the universal God and all of the universal powers, the positive powers, the ancestors, to watch over us while we do this reading, to protect us. Let this to be for the good of all and harm to none, to give us the power to be able to reach out to everybody who needs to get this reading, for let it to resonate whoever needs to resonate with, and for us to be blessed and everyone to be blessed and protected while we do this reading. And we want to thank you guys. And with that being said, we're going to start this reading, guys. Alrighty? For Taurus, the bull. I love me a Taurus. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Even though they're most stubborn zodiac sign in a zodiac. And I'm sure if you know a Taurus, you know that already. Male and female. Sometimes it's a good thing. Sometimes it's not so good. So guys, this is going to be a general reading. Overall general reading. If you'd like me to do more specific readings, then please leave a comment and let me know what kind of reading you would like me to do, because I do readings with love, success, etc. And with that being said, Taurus, we're going to start this reading. It's going to be a 4-card spread. And Spirit, what do we have for Taurus for November 2019? What messages do we have for Taurus? Okay, guys, and our first card I see here. You guys see that? I don't know if you guys can see that too, because my lighting's really bad. That's the ace. The ace of clubs, guys. Taurus, this is already starting off this is so funny because most Tauruses are low-key vain. They won't let you know they're vain. They're not going to let you know that they're kind of conceited. They're going to keep their cool. But they think they're hot stuff. And it's so funny because here we go with the clubs, okay, ace number 1, and the clubs, which represent all fire signs. That includes Sagittarius, Leo, and Sagittarius, Leo, and I'm losing my train of thought. Sagittarius, Leo, and Aries, okay? Sorry about that, guys. So, we have this fiery, so it could be a fire sign in your life, but this also has to do with creativity. This also has to do with a lot of creativity, Taurus. And we're dealing with ace. We're dealing with, A represents number 1. When we're doing the tarot with regular playing cards. So we're talking about the number 1. We're talking about knowledge. We're talking about knowledge. And most Taurus is super knowledgeable. And they're very modest with it. They don't tell you how much they know. Sometimes I don't even think they realize how much they know. But we're starting off here with this club, this ace of clubs, and we're talking about knowledge. We're talking about creativity. We're talking about fire signs. So I don't know what the fire sign that's behind possibly sparking some creativity in your life, giving you some knowledge. You're sharing some knowledge with them. I don't know. Let's see what's going on here. Spirit. Let us know what's going on. What's going on with Taurus for the month of November 2019? What is this all about? Why is this card here? This Ace of Clubs. What do we have here? All right, Taurus, let's see. And we have, didn't I tell you guys? The King of Spades. Ace to King. Didn't I tell you guys that doggone Taurus is something? Okay. So, we have the King of Spades. Now, we're talking about the King of Spades. We're talking about, the name says it all, really. The King of Spades. We're talking about king-like qualities. We're talking about having the quality of an older, wise, elder. They don't have to be old, but an older spirit, an older masculine. Don't have to be male or female, but an older masculine a quality, like almost like the leader of the leader of the household, like the leader of a patriarchy, like someone like the Godfather. This is when we see the King of Spades, and we're dealing with spades. We're dealing with the air. We're dealing with the air. We're dealing with communications. We're dealing with all of the air signs. We're talking about Gemini. We're talking about Libra. Okay, we're talking about Aquarius. All right, we're talking about all these air signs. So we could be dealing with a masculine, older masculine male that holds one of these signs, or it could be anyone that holds these qualities. But what I'm seeing right now, because we have that ace right before the king, this doesn't have so much to do with, because it's Taurus, this does not have so much to do with the signs that the cards are representing. This mostly has to do with Taurus, because Taurus is about Taurus a lot of times. So I'm seeing knowledge, and that knowledge is coming from a very knowledgeable, wise, older, or I'll say just mature, king, godfather, like spirit within someone. And it could be very well you, Taurus, regardless if you're male or female. And people look to you for answers, because this is the king of all communication. This is the king of intellect. This is the like I said, like the Godfather. Like, this is the guy that nobody goes to unless it's a good darn question they gotta ask. They're just not gonna, an adult is not gonna come to this person to ask something stupid. You know what I mean? Like, because this guy, he's like, he's the king. He's the Godfather. It's like, you're coming in here for something important. My child, what do you want? I have the answers for you. So this is what I'm seeing. The only people who ask like any question to is the children. Most of the when you see also a king card, a lot of times it's like someone who has that grandfather quality, that daddy quality. They love kids. They usually love, especially the King of Spades, because they like to communicate. You know what I mean? They like to tell stories. They like to tell stories with their friends. They're that person. They're that person that's at the bar and everybody's around drinking, listening to them tell their crazy stories. Or they're the grandfather or father who you just sit in their lap and they tell you all these stories about them back in the day in school. So this is what I'm seeing right now. And this might be how you're just, this is the mode that you may be in right now for the month of November. Taurus, like, this is just the mode that you're in. It's not anything specifically happening as far as what Spirit's telling us right now, but I'm not gonna, the reading's just halfway through, so let's see what else Spirit has to say. What's going on here for Taurus Spirit for the month of November 2019? What's going on? Why are these cards here today for Taurus for November 2019 Spirit? And then we have the five of clubs. Okay, so the clubs so we're talking about fiery creativity, fire signs again. So now that we have 2 clubs out on the spread, now that I'm thinking about it, it may be a fire sign that's going to be of importance to you in the month of November, Taurus. When we're talking about the 5, we're talking about power. We're talking about power. And we're talking about not only power, but refinement. We're talking about fine-tuning things. So we're not just talking about power. It's mine. I won. We're talking about power, and it's like, again, it coincides with the rest of the spread because we have the knowledge, the knowledge, we have the fiery knowledge, the creative knowledge of the Ace of Clubs, and then we have the King of Spades, the King, the Godfather of all intellect and communication, and then the power. The 5, the power that comes with all that knowledge, all that to be in a position of being a king, to be in a position of being a godfather-like person to your family or to your friends or your loved ones or whoever it is, your circle that you run with. That power that comes with it, and that power and knowing how to refine it, knowing how to refine the power, having refinement when you make decisions. So you're not just going out there. So a lot of times what happens, Taurus, is that you'll have all this knowledge, you'll have all this intellect, you'll have the status of a king. People will look to you for answers. People will look to you as that, in a king, in a royal manner, and you'll have the power in your hands. And with Taurus is so subtle that they'll have all this power, and if you just saw them walking down the street, you wouldn't even know it. And a lot of times they don't even know their own power. I don't think they realize that. They have little glimpses in time where they like, oh, but I think a lot of times, because it's just part of their personality, they don't realize how much power they hold. But to have that status and that knowledge and intellect and the power to refine it. To refine it is where you really, really become the greatest version of yourself. Because when you can refine how you use your power and to know what your power is and your place, and to be able to refine it, to fine tune how you move, to fine tune everything that you're powerful in, that alone is a very powerful thing. It will put you in such a higher state of being, Taurus. And this is what I'm saying. This is what Spirit is showing here for the month of November. And we're getting close to the end of year 2020, Taurus. Come on. This is awesome, Taurus. Taurus, this is awesome. This is awesome, Taurus. And if you know any Tauruses, you guys know what I mean. Tauruses, you know what I mean too. I'm sorry, my little camera was a little funny there. All you saw was my big fat potato head. All right, guys. So this is gonna be the last card to wrap everything up for Taurus 2019, November 2019, guys. Spirit, what's the last message that we have here for Taurus? Taurus, this is something. This is Taurus. The Spirit is just basically like telling you, don't forget who you are. Don't forget who you are, Taurus. Seriously, this is what I'm seeing so far. Okay, what's the last message, Spirit, we have for Taurus? Those clubs keep popping up, Taurus. I want you to let you know you might want to watch out for all fire signs around you for the month of November. Not in a bad way, but just like, check out some of the fire signs around you, because it seems like it's of big importance. Because we keep getting these clubs, and now we have the 9 of clubs. So when you're dealing with 9, Taurus, what's going on here? Okay, so when you're dealing with the 9, we're dealing with beginnings and endings of cycles. Okay, when you're talking about the 9 of clubs, you're talking about bringing something forth to be. We're talking about birthing something. creative, birthing something, and sparking creativity up in your life. When you see the 9, it also can mean a baby's coming. Period. No matter what 9 it is, no matter what suit it is, there's always a chance when you see the 9. And I don't know if this is good for some people or not so good, or a surprise or whatever, but just watch for pregnancy, Taurus. When you're talking about 9, we're talking about bringing something to life. Beginning and ending in cycles. We're talking about beginning a cycle or ending a cycle, but it always can mean pregnancy when you're dealing with the 9, or something being born. Now, what it looks like to me, and like I said, don't ever mistake the 9, because you gotta always have that in your head. Anytime you see a 9, somebody could be pregnant. But what I am seeing, what Spirit's really showing me, is that Taurus, this is more like a rebirth for you. Because just according to everything that I've been seeing this, but this is a rebirth for you. And even though this is the end of the year and the end of the yearly cycle, and we're starting a new year in 2020, you're getting your rebirth like now. This is a rebirth for you. A rebirth of creativity. A rebirth of you feeling the fire that you used to feel when you were younger. There's being a rebirth. You're being reborn. And you're and in the state of rebirth, it's almost like you're remembering who you are, but you're coming out even better. You understand what I'm saying, Taurus? You're coming out even better. Again, so just to review the cards that we have the Ace of Clubs, the knowledge. That ace number one, knowledge. We're talking about knowledge. Knowing all, knowing the ledge, okay? And then we're talking about that King of Spades, Godfather-like qualities, the King of Communications, okay? So knowledge, communications, intellect, the King of it, the Godfather. Then we're talking about 5, that power, that fiery power, and refining that power. So we're talking about being in your king-like state, being in your Godfather-like state, male or female, guys, being in your king, your crown. You got your crown on. Your communications are really, really on point. You got a lot of knowledge. You're exemplifying a lot of intellect, and the power, and the power is being showed throughout it, and it's being refined. You guys refine that power that you have and that you hold, and don't forget it. Don't forget who you are. Don't forget you are royalty. And you'll be going into, because when you put all those things into place, you will be going into a place of rebirth and renewal, and starting a new cycle within yourself and within your life, Taurus, for the month of November. So this is awesome, Taurus. Taurus, this oozes a Taurus, like this reading is just so Taurian. Like, this is just like Taurus, the king, and the power and the knowledge and the rebirth and everything. So guys, this was a wonderful reading. Thank you for tuning in. I want to thank all of the spirits and the ancestors and the universal God for giving us this time to do this reading and let it resonate whoever it resonated with, and to watch over us while we're doing this reading. Guys, thank you so much. I want you to continue to watch my videos. Make sure you click them likes, subscribe, notifications, tune in, questions, leave it in the comment box. I will get back with you. And with that being said, one last thing, do not forget, if you want me to do a specific reading for you, I will do a reading for you right here on one of my shows. So guys, leave your name and your birthday in a comment and a question, don't forget. So Taurus, have a great November. Live in yourself, be yourself, and don't forget, it's time to be reborn, Taurus. And with that being said, thank you so much, guys.